Welcome to Gray Overload. I'm Anthony. Today I'm going to take a quick look at the Surface Pro that was announced today by Microsoft in China. Let's dive in. So the Surface Pro was announced today, and it's a very interesting product to me as a Surface Pro 4 owner. And I'm just going to dive into a couple things here, go through kind of everything they got, and give you a conclusion at the end of what I think about this product as well. So starting off, one interesting feat you get as an engineer is that they had 1,800 new parts and they used 99% of the space inside the device. That's just interesting, a little engineering fun fact for me. So maybe it might be a fun fact for you as well, but it goes and translates into the battery life. That is the next thing, that they have 13.5 hours of battery life in the i5 model that they tested, Intel i5, and that's 50% more than the Surface Pro 4. Which is very cool. I like that a lot. As a Pro 4 owner, I could use some more battery life always, but I keep the charger with me. But if I don't have to keep it with me, that's a plus. They also have the hinge going to 165 degrees now, which is probably some of those 800 parts. I like that. I want to try it in this mode. They call it the Studio mode, and this mode takes after the Surface Studio that they released a few months back, and maybe like 6 months now or so. And this is very cool. I think that is nice for artists as well that draw and put it in that nice flat mode as well. They put the specs wise of this device, they have the SSD from 128 to full terabyte in there, and they also have 4 to 16 gigs of RAM as well as options. They also have the 7th generation Intel Core processor in there, so this is an upgrade from the current Surface Pro that's the 6th generation. So I'm very excited about that, with some of the issues that were happening initially with the Surface Pro 4. And they have the Core M3 and the Core i5 and the Core i7. The M3 and the i5 are both fanless designs, and this is a huge plus for people that don't want to have that fan spin or those two product categories a lot. And this, to me, my wife has the i5, and this is going to be a super nice thing, especially if you don't have any of that sound. You can be nice quiet device, starting to move down into more the iPad range, where that's one thing they have the advantage of, is no fans. The i7, they also redid the design there, and they have it down to 18 decibels for the fan, which I find is very impressive, and I really want to see how that is compared to my Pro 4. And they basically kept the screen the same overall, except they did put in the pixel accelerator here to really enhance color. And so if you've ever messed with the Surface Studio, there's a little switch in there that's called the color switcher, that you can switch from sRGB to enhance color. To me, this is whatever. The Surface looks great. I think it is. My wife, on the other hand, as a graphic designer, thinks that this is a great feature to be able to switch back and forth in seconds. So for her, as a graphic designer, thinks it's great. Me, man. But, people use it for different items, and this is an important thing of the Surface line, is that each person can make it their own and be their own creative person as well. The biggest thing for me is that they're going to add LTE into their LTE Advanced into their units later this year. So they'll be having the network on the go, basically, and especially for businesses or users or people that don't want to have to go through and buy an extra hotspot, or do basically create a hotspot on their phone too as well. This or search for Wi-Fi is another big thing, right? Oh, I need to find Wi-Fi to be able to do something for work, or get somebody a document or work on something. This is all in the device, works flawlessly, as I'm guessing is seamless, right, back and forth between networks, and it can be another device. Yeah, it might hit the battery life a little bit, but still going to be all day battery life overall on an LTE device. I think that's going to be another advantage for the Surface line as well. Then let's hop into the dial, and the Surface dial will now work on screen for the Surface Pro device. And I really want to get one of these and test it out as well. It's an extra $100, like it is currently today. But I do want to take one and just see in my normal workflow. I won't be working as a designer. I think my wife is going to have a lot more fun with it than I am going to have. She has asked me for one, so it might not be a bad idea to go get one as well. And then let's dive into the new Surface Pen as well. So they redid the pen. They now have 4,096 points of pressure, or pressure points, and 21 milliseconds latency, and new tilt functionality. So they really put a lot into this pen. The pen now is going to be an accessory for, I believe it's $99 as well. And that the whole functionality and stuff, I use the pen a lot. I like the pen. I kind of want to see kind of what the tilt is. I won't use it. I usually use the pen to take notes, so a lot of this doesn't affect me as well. But my wife, she does drawing, she does all that graphic design stuff, so this is more interesting to her as well. There's compatibility with the pen to work with some of the older and different Surface devices. Take a look at that to see what it all supports as well. And the pen does come in platinum, burgundy, cobalt blue, and black. The interesting thing with all the pen stuff, though, they're not including it with the Surface line, but they announced new pen features for Office, and they also announced the whiteboard, Microsoft Whiteboard on Surface. So 2 new pen features overall, but no pen included in the Surface. Just something interesting to keep in mind as well. The signature type covers, they also come with a new fabric, a luxurious Alcartana, and it comes in platinum, burgundy, cobalt, blue as well. Both these devices will be, and the keyboards will be available or ship on June 15th worldwide, and a lot of places worldwide too. Check your location to make sure that it's in your location too as well. And the Surface Pen will be coming in coming weeks as well. Then you have the price of these devices, and it starts out at $799 for the 128 gig Intel Core M3 at 4 gigs of RAM, and it goes all the way up to 1 terabyte Intel Core i7 16 gigs of RAM for $26.99. So it's a little steep, a little high price, but that's what the Surface devices are. They're a premium product as well. Overall, what I think about this device, I think it's a nice iteration of a device that's very well made already with the Surface Pro 4. It's a nice increment. They worked on some of the areas where they need to improve on, and that's what I like in an improvement in a device. It's something that I hope Microsoft would send me a review unit on, and I would be more than willing to review this as well. Overall, do I think I'll upgrade from my Pro 4 at this point in time is a no, but it's something that I would consider upgrading, especially if I had an older device than that. One of the main reasons I got 2-year warranty on my Pro 4, so there's that behind it as well. But going forward, I think that this is a great device and a nice increment to the Surface Pro line as well. I do want to thank you for watching this video. I do have a Surface Pro for 1-year review I've done previously. I encourage you to check that out as well. And I want to thank you for watching. Leave your comments below and leaving a like. Thanks for watching Gray Overload. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe and don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Gray Overload.